A crisis is brewing. Global economic collapse inches closer and closer. Today we will discuss the Bank of England preparing for a Brexit. Let's get into it right away out of the Financial Times. The Bank of England is consumed with preparing contingency plans for Britain to leave the EU, with staff across its financial stability, monetary policy, and regulatory wings ready to calm any turmoil. This was considered to be impossible not too long ago. Now, people have been screaming. They want to get out of the euro. They don't want anything to do with it. And now you can see that the Brexit vote is becoming more and more of a reality. And here, June 23rd poll, the bank will hold an additional auctions to sterling to ensure the banking system has sufficient funds to operate in a potentially chaotic moment. So they're looking at contingency plans at this point. Nothing's happening right now. But the fact that it's being talked about, the fact that there's actually momentum with it, shows you how serious people are about this. And for good reason. They don't want to have anything to do with the Eurozone or with the euro. And that goes for all of the countries. 3 exceptional auctions of cash have already been planned, and but stuffing the banks full of cash will not prevent foreigners in the UK households, companies from dumping the sterling in the event of a Brexit vote. And at the bottom, the highlighted portion says Britain should expect a 15 to 20% depreciation of the sterling against Britain's main trading partners. Now, this hurts people when you have significant devaluations of the currency. And I could speak for that for myself. When you saw, because of the price of oil and of course manipulation, the Canadian currency declined significantly against the US dollar. And if you're not in the US, you may have noticed this same thing occurring. Now, this type of thing hurts individuals within those economies. And the way it works is because all of the US dollars, all of the commodities are priced in US dollars. So, of course, that affects the whole world. That's why this can be very serious. And this has a ripple effect. Many people just, they skim over the news and they think, well, you know what, Brexit, so what? But this is one thing that could affect you no matter where you live. Look at this here. Interesting. EU military police carry out extremely worrying civil unrest crisis training. This has happened everywhere. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, occurred in Toronto at the Eaton Center, I think it was. This has gone on all over the United States, documented fact. A military police unit have carried out European Union funded special training ready to be deployed in the event of a civil unrest or war. And at the bottom, Breitbart London reported that the exercise was attended by over 600 members of various European police and military forces in a bid to prepare the united troops of the European Gendarmerie Force. Now, what happens here is, of course, just like anything else, you want a single military, you want a single police force, you want to have a single point of contact for everything. You want to have this all controlled by fewer and fewer people. And that's what I think is the most crazy part about this, is that people just go along with everything. This here is out of the New York Times. You'll have to pardon the small font. I'll move on as quick as I can. Tens of millions of dollars siphoned from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Can you believe it? A shadowy set of casinos in the Philippines, a large bank in Bangladesh with the creaky technology, an unknown and perhaps uncatchable group of anonymous thieves with sophisticated hacking skills. So can you believe this, that they actually went in there and stole tens of millions of dollars? Was it allowed to happen? Well, I don't know, but let's just take it for face value. Last week, for the first time, hackers captured $81 million from Bangladesh's central bank in February. SWIFT acknowledged that these thieves have tried to carry out similar heists in other banks, and it goes on and on. The attack also reflects a growing sophistication among the digital criminals who for years have been breaching personal bank accounts, stealing credit card credentials, and it goes on. Basically, what I wanted to acknowledge with this is the fact that our money is not safe. They try to put all these protections in place. I've seen and covered here articles before where people's bank accounts have been put at $0. Was it a glitch? Was it maybe a test? And these type of things show you how fragile our digital dollars are. Then you have the issues with Puerto Rico. Their bond investors face a cascade of defaults starting in July unless Congress passes legislation that facilitates restructuring of the Commonwealth's debt. So what we have here is no different than what we've seen before: a struggling economy, a struggling nation, and what has to happen? A bailout. And when they run out of money, they have to say, can you please give us some more? So what's going to happen here? Is there going to be a restructuring? What does that mean? Take garbage, package it up into a debt instrument, that's what they call it, and sell it back. And this basically buys you some time. That's all it does. This is perhaps the option they'll go for. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to see. Now, of course, I can't put any of this in the description of this video because it'll get the video, taken off. But anyway, regardless, CIA Director John Brennan said that releasing the 28 classified pages from the 911 Commission report would be a mistake because they contain inaccurate, unvetted information that could be used to tie Saudi Arabia to the September 11th terror attacks. Now, that's the whole point. That's what they do. Of course, they're not inaccurate. They were in the report. Is the whole report inaccurate then? Or is it just the 28 pages? Pick one. This chapter was kept out because of the concerns about sensitive methods, investigative actions, and the investigation of 9/11 was still underway in 2002. Now, this is a joke. You can't say that these 28 pages would just so happens to link the Saudis to 9/11 and then decide that, the rest of it's good. The rest of it is all fact. But these 28 pages, not so. This is the type of lie that we have to see all the time, and I'm sick of it. I have to bring it out here. That's all I wanted to do. I just want to mention that because I've been covering this regularly as the information comes up. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. Last but not least, if you found the video informative, I know you will find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. Head over to Amazon. You can actually flip through the book for yourself. Take care.